Hi, I'm Fred McNeil, and you're watching QA TV7. Hey, we got a real fun little show for you today. You're going to get a real workout. It's more with the eyes than anything else. We're going to tell you about a great place on Kent Island where individuals, teams, 2 years old to 102, you can come work out and get involved with the different activities. Bob, thank you for having us here today. Now, how about introduce yourself and tell everybody your title here?
Sure. I'm Robert Woolley, here, the owner of the Edge Training Academy. We're located at 220 Log Canoe Circle here in the business park in Stevensville. I've been here not quite 3 years now, so
easy to get to, plenty of parking.
Right off Route 8, plenty of parking.
Now tell me, I'm in here, my eyes have gotten, I'm an old phys ed teacher and an old coach, so I'm looking at this place. Tell us the programs you offer, and then we'll talk about some of the equipment.
All right, for sure. So we have a wide range of activities for all of the athletes in the world, ranging from 2 years old all the way through, like you said, as old as you want to be if you're still moving.
Now share with me, when you told me this earlier, this is great, Robert.
Sure.
What is a 2-year-old? I mean, hey, they could have fun just looking, but what type of things you do with the
No, we have an organized program for the 2 to 4 year olds in the way of soccer and lacrosse fundamentals.
Okay.
Runs on a 6-week program.
So they've got sticks and they're learning to throw and catch
the hand-eye coordination and everything that goes along with it. So that's kind of the accessory for the young guys. But we certainly, I think our middle of the road group is going to be our middle school to high school athletes.
So these are young men and women who want to get sharpen the skills. So what if they come here? What are they going to do?
There's a lot of speed and agility training. That's going to be kind of the foundation of where we begin. Really make sure that they understand their bodies in the way of being able to apply it once it's called upon. So trying to really make sure that the game comes to them in a little bit slower fashion.
We always slow
it down.
Watch the NFL. The quarterback has the ability to slow the play down.
For sure.
Through lacrosse, basketball, any sport.
It's absolutely. Preparation is key in the way of making sure that you're once you're on the field, you can actually make the plays that you would like to. So,
now, do you do this via circuit training, or is
no? Very much in the way of the edge training component. We specialize in really taking a real keen eye on the individual, seeing where their shortfalls are from their individual assessments, and then really putting together a program that's going to be geared towards their success specifically. So, dependent on the sport, you know, like you said, from basketball through lacrosse, it's certain sports call for different things. So we definitely take great pride in making sure that that comes to life.
So if I bring my middle school or high school here and I say, hey, I want to be a lacrosse player, do you do kind of a pre-test?
Absolutely.
Okay, what type of things are you looking for?
So again, that's going to be a baseline assessment for just general athleticism.
Okay.
If it is a lacrosse specific, for instance, we will do a couple of skill sets that are going to be certainly contingent within that sport in the way of wall ball testing and, you know, different drills that are very, very common to the success of the on-field athlete.
So we're not only talking about overall fitness, we're talking about individual skills for individual sports.
For sure, absolutely.
Now, tell me a little bit about the staff. Who does? I know you. Tell us, brag a little bit about your coaching.
All right. So actually, got a very good group of individuals that really find a home under this roof. So from myself, top down, being the owner, I do spend a lot of time with the athletes individually. I take great pride in making sure that they get a hands-on approach from me, and then from there we have our adult fit camps, which are by the name of Workout Like a Girl. A lot of people in the local area have certainly taken a great deal of liking to that.
Now, talking about adults. So what would if I come in, I'm a middle-aged guy, I want to get in shape, what do we do? What are you doing with that?
So we've got 2 different offerings. The Workout Like a Girl fit camp, like I just mentioned, run by Kendra Eichler. Fantastic. It's really great raves all across the board. So it's heavily female laden, I guess you could say. But
geared towards a female middle-aged?
I would say geared towards the active adult recreationally, whether they're
25, 45 type thing?
18 through probably 65 is probably the oldest I've seen.
There's hope for a 60-year-old.
Absolutely. From there, but if you're really kind of looking at the next level of seeing not just a fit camp style, the C3 class is really geared towards the kind of the more intense-minded adult athlete.
So someone wants to run a marathon, a triathlon, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to see that there's components within that fashion of the class that we offer that you just can't find pretty much anywhere. It's very specialized to the success of the adult serious athlete.
So gender doesn't matter, age doesn't matter, and if you're talking about you want to be in competitive sports, this is the type of place you can come to.
Absolutely.
If you're like me, a middle-aged kayaker, but I think I want to run a marathon,
Sure.
you can help them out, that type
Absolutely.
of thing, or triathlon, which is great.
Absolutely.
Well, that's remind everybody, The Edge, where is it located again?
Chesapeake Bay Business Park in Stevensville. The actual address is 220 Log Canoe Circle. And like I said, it's very easy to get to right off of Route 8.
And plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking.
Now, if people are watching and say, hey, I want to know more, do you have a website?
Yes, you can find us on the web at theedgetrainingacademy.com.
Okay, do that one more time.
Theedgetrainingacademy.com.
Okay, how about specific questions with emails, or can they do that
Absolutely.
through the website?
You can contact us directly with any of our specific questions at info@theedgetrainingacademy.com.
Okay.
We're on the Facebook, the Instagram.
If you know The Edge, Stevensville, you're going to be able to find you somewhere.
We're all over the web,
Okay.
for sure.
Now,
Yeah.
Robert, how about this? Before we stop, we're going to go to one of the stations. I'm standing here looking at some pretty amazing equipment, everything from
Sure.
balls to bench areas. How about we take a little break here and let's go to one of the stations, okay?
Sounds great.
Robert, let's take a tour to one of our training stations. All right, as I look straight ahead, explain what we have in terms of a nice big round ball. What's that
The
used for?
ballast ball here
Okay.
it's called a ballast ball. We use it for a lot of core strengthening exercises. We actually try to make sure that it finds its way into just about everyone's workout, whether you're 7, 8 years old, all the way
the
through
old guys.
the oldest folks here. Yeah.
And you have the traditional weights.
Yeah, absolutely. Free weights. A lot of what we do involves, you have to pick things up and move things to be able to develop
Perform in the
some
event. Okay.
strength, especially in the extremities. So we certainly do have plenty of weights to move about.
Now, we're going to just go right around the room. How about this? Looks like to me combination flying saucer, popcorn popper.
Yeah, no, the BOSU, it's a balance trainer.
And you stand on that and balance?
You can stand on it. There's a lot of different exercises, not just on the standing application, but there's a lot of different uses for the balance trainer.
Now, some of us old guys in the gym, is that the old hand strengthener?
Yeah, the TRX. TRX is very common within the adult spectrum, the youth as well. Certainly a suspension training system is something that integrates a lot of core training as well.
Okay. Now, again, against the wall, the white tubes, tell me with that.
Are
they neon lights?
Yeah.
Or
No, those are just simply PVC rods that we use as dowels that can be put to use in the way of postural correction and making sure that we can use them in the way of mobility through the shoulders, and that's sort of
okay. Now, we're going to take a break again. We're going to move around and look at some different spots because you have a whole side behind us,
for sure,
which you can do indoor workouts for teams and individual drills and agility drills, okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Robert, now what I call, it looks like an artificial turf, but what's this room used for?
This room here is going to be used for a variety of different things, from what we mentioned earlier with the little kids. We block off all the scary stuff over there, and we make sure that this room is used for the little guys through a lot of the baseline training we talked about earlier within the middle schoolers, even the high schoolers and beyond. This is where we do a lot of our on-field application of all the skills that you develop. Right. This is kind of our simulated area for making sure that they can
jump, they can skip, they can do all types of good stuff.
It's a very durable surface that we take great pride in. We got it through Sin Lawn when we first opened, and it has been able to withstand the test of time for sure.
And a good sized room and very cushiony. And with my bad knees, I'm impressed with how nice this is.
No, it really is a resilient surface to what we do in the way of a lot of the real high intense change of direction. Okay. It's really great. We actually probably the most foot traffic it sees in a given week is with our after school program through the middle schools.
Talk about that a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, so through Partnering for Youth, as soon as we started, we reached out to or through our nonprofit foundation that we developed through Chesapeake Charities, and with Partnering for Youth, which is a combination of efforts that the middle schools put together for an after-school program. We get to bring them in, teach them a little bit about physical activity, a lot of what they are missing in the way of recess and physical education these days.
Well, some genius decided they don't need recess or they don't need phys ed.
Don't know that person's name, and I probably wouldn't want to know them.
You don't want to know it, so you don't want to know.
Mondays and Wednesdays, we do have 30 kids that get bussed over from the middle schools, and so they're able to get a little bit of a little taste of what goes on here as well.
Great, great. Now, Robert, let's summarize the whole thing, right? We're at the Edge, easy to get to.
Sure.
If people are seeing this, and and again, they say, hey, you know what? It's wintertime, the days are short, I better start getting in shape. Go to your Facebook site, go to your website,
Sure.
and then get plenty of information, right?
It's always up to date. The website's really kind of probably your best way of getting an all-around glimpse. It's just a glimpse of really what we offer from, like I said, from the little guys all the way through the adult training. So.
Robert, are there rotating classes?
Yeah, so those 6-week classes will recycle, usually take a 2 or 3 week break in between. But then our speed and agility class for all ages that's a constant. Tuesday, Wednesday evenings from 6:30 to 7:30. That's pretty much a constant all year round. So.
Okay.
But again, check the website for most up-to-date details.
And again, third time, but that's more important, The Edge, Stevensville, and again, the website.
www.theedgetrainingacademy.com.
Okay, now the toughest question I'm going to ask you all day. If I bring Ben McNeil down here, can you teach him to hit a curveball?
I can probably do something with him.
We're ready.
Sure.
It's sold. We got it. Okay. This is Fred McNeil. Thank you for watching QAC TV7. If you want to get in shape, whether you're 2 or 102, The Edge is the place to go.